Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, what else is new? The Yankees sweep the Minnesota Twins, continue the dominance over the Twins organization. Again, if you've been a Yankee fan or just a baseball fan in general, this has been the case over the past 25, 30 years. So that's not really the news story. But with the series sweep there, just a lot of numbers. Baseball's all about numbers. So I thought it's worth an episode to go over a few things. Number one, that the Yankees now have reached 30 wins. So the first team in the American League to do it, and the second team right now overall in Major League Baseball to do it. And because the first will be the Phillies, who are also off to a good start this season, have 31 wins. So the Yankees kind of right there. But also a good point about this series, but also the final win there was Mr. Clark Schmidt, who now went a career high 8 shutout innings there, as he kind of just, outdoes himself from his previous start, which was 6.2 innings, which at that point was his career best. But now Schmidt even pushing that further, and right now a lot of things rolling for the Yankees. So, but mainly those two big numbers there, milestones, and the fact that right now the Yankees have regained sole possession of first place yet again from the Baltimore Orioles after losing a little bit there. So, again, it feels worthy of a podcast episode for you podcast subscribers, which is why, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this podcast and get cool updates like this throughout the rest of the season, little wrap-up reports, give me my opinions on things. We got still a long way to go, and make sure you check out the YouTube channel, Section 420 Talkin Yankees there as well, the visual version of the show, catch it all. So the Yankees, kind of finishing up this road trip, took 2 out of 3 against Tampa there. And then, of course, gets the Twins, going in. We've known the Yankees' dominance here, so we shouldn't be surprised about this. But the only little bit different caveat is that we saw last season that finally, in 2023, the Twins did slap the Yankees around a little bit. They did flip the script a little bit, but again, this wasn't your typical Yankee team last year. Again, an 82-win Yankee team. Looks like so far, we're back to business with the Yankees at least 3-0 against the Twins so far this year. And all these games are pretty much, almost laughers, really. I mean, none of these were even close. And also, other little caveat was different is that the Twins, at least before the series, they ripped off a whole bunch of games in a row. They were one of the hotter teams in baseball. They were almost at the top there of the American League Central, and then I guess the Guardians and the Royals could thank the Yankees now. The Yankees have now knocked them down to third place there, so it's just continuous Yankee dominance over the American League Central, which again, even teams like Cleveland, the Yankees seem to dominate as well there, so nothing new at any of this front there, and it's a lot of good stuff. Not only get Clark Schmidt with 8 innings there in the final game there, and a shutout. The game before that, you had a 2-hitter shutout by Stroman. So just Yankee pitching, just rolling along here. Rodon with a good start. As he kind of gets back, rights himself after, hitting a little, he's stubbing his toe a little bit, nothing bad there, but this Yankee rotation right now, every start is very good right now. Like, no one really bombs out. You don't see anyone just getting crushed in the first or second inning. Nestor Cortez, we've kind of mentioned him a lot as having some, obviously being a little different from a home versus away, but even with that, it's not like he just gets trashed out there. He's just not been as effective on the road as at home. But overall, the Yankee rotation in a good place, and we're still waiting for Garrett Cole to come here. So it's going to be interesting again when he comes, what's going to happen there. But Clark Schmidt making a case for himself. I kind of figured, and I mentioned this before here, that you kind of have to defer to Luis Gil, because I just think overall he has a higher window, he has better stuff like that, and I think Schmidt, does have experience in the bullpen. And the Yankees used him as a long reliever for a while there. So I think if that's the case where he has to go to the bullpen, I think of the two of them, he's better off there. He can still help the Yankees. So it's not a terrible thing to take out of the fifth starter spot. I understand. But if he's a guy that could give you, multiple innings throughout the week there, because his arm is stretched out as a starter, that's a weapon that, Aaron Boone now has. Of course, let's wait for Cole to come back and actually be pitching healthy for that to be a case. But again, Clark Schmidt making a case for himself, goes a career high 8 innings there. And you also look at Giancarlo Stanton. He just keeps, hitting, hit a home run there in the first game, and not just his typical home run, but again, when Stanton's going right, he has those little line drive home runs where you think maybe it's going to be a double that hits the wall something, but it just goes over like a laser. So that looks like he's locked in there. He just continues to hit. And Aaron Judge, again, he's really picking it up. The second game there has 4 hits, including a home run, and not only a home run, but first inning, absolute bomb, 460-something feet there to left field, and no doubt about it, way up there in the upper deck. And that ballpark's not really known as a hitter's ballpark. There's a bit of a cavern there, so to get one out and over in that place is hard enough, but to put it up in the upper deck of left field there, that's quite quite remarkable there. So good job by Judge, and he's just spraying the ball over, and everything's just really working well in Yankee land. You just got to get some of these healthy pieces back. You've seen Gleyber Torres starting to hit a little bit finally. Again, had that big 3-run home run in the Sunday afternoon finale against the Rays there. Again, to me, that was his biggest home run he had in a long time. And then you saw him getting involved in the offense a little bit during this Twins series. So, let's see if he got to get going here. And it's really, everything's almost going good for, even some of the guys that was, again, stumbling a little bit, kind of like an Anthony Volpe, but he saw in the final game. First inning, leads off with a home run. Yankees tack up 3-0 lead on John Ryan before you know it. Gives an opportunity for Schmidt to settle down. You got a nice 3-run lead there. And again, just goes right through them. Again, you look at all 3 games, the Twins only able to muster up 1 run. So the Yankee bullpen, as well as the starting rotation, again, continues to be one of the best in baseball. Even if you're missing a few names there in the bullpen, the Yankees are just finding a way to get it done. Starting rotation has been fabulous. Again, the only kind of headache a little bit is trying to figure out Nestor Cortez on the road. But other than that, if that's all you're worried about, you really have not much to complain because he's the exact opposite at home there. So maybe it balances out. We'll see. So that's the episode. Not too much to go on. Yes, this is a lot of good stuff for the Yankees, but I did think a few of the milestones, such as getting the 30th win of the year, being the first in the American League to do that's crucial. I think the 8 innings, a career high for Clark Schmidt in the final game, all worth mentioning. So the Yankees will carry on. Finally bring the show back at home to host the Chicago White Sox. And if you haven't been paying attention this season, they're one of the most horrific teams right now in baseball. About 16 games under 500. Now, they have won the last 2 series. They've taken the last 2 series on their end, so whatever, if you're a White Sox fan, may want to hold on to that. But overall, they're having a miserable season. So if you're the Yankees at home, you got to learn your mistake from a couple weeks ago when the Yankees kind of squandered a home chance against the Oakland A's. I mean, I know Oakland's getting some good pitching there. I get it. They've been taking people by surprise as well, but you got a game at home against the Chicago White Sox. I mean, that should be a sweep. 3 easy wins there. You got Nestor Cortez, who, as he's been pitching great at home. So if that's the case, even though he's going up against Mike Clevenger, who's, he could be tough if his stuff is on because, he's a good pitcher. But nonetheless, the Yankees should really sweep the series there, keep padding onto their wins, and then they stay home for Seattle to also make a visit there. So that's the episode. Short there. Good things going on in Yankee land, and hopefully just keep this thing rolling. Catch you next time.